it's your old friend Gary Lucas. What a beautiful day it was today in New York. And maybe the end of the great days, I don't think so, but temperature's supposed to take a plunge tonight, and anyway, Jack Frost is nipping at your heels. Anyway, I had a great rehearsal with Gods and Monsters today. Ernie Brooks on bass, my longtime bassist, Stalwart, from the Modern Lovers, and Arthur Russell, and a bunch of other stuff. And Calvin Weston, this incredible drummer, I've been talking to for about 25 years about working with him, ever since we toured together on a Knitting Factory Tours Europe package deal. He was playing with James Blood Almer, and he's been after me, and finally it made sense, and I really miss playing with my band, or version of my band. This is maybe Mark 87, but I'd say it's the best batch yet. I'm very psyched. It sounded great today, and I can't wait to bring it live for you. And so Dark Matter pedal. I'm switching out all these fuzz boxes I got here to try and find the perfect one. So far though, I gotta say, there's a company in Italy called Luxuria, Luxury, and they sent me, I don't know, 7 or 8 pedals over the last couple of years, and they're the best I have. But some of these are pretty good too, and I'm contemplating now getting some new Origin Effects pedals to try out. I don't know, this is what guitarists do in their dotage. Just kidding. I remember hooking up with Lou Reed, my buddy, late great Lou, whose work I love, and was a phenomenal character, great guy, on a good day, depending, but aren't we all? Anyway, Lou once had me over at his house, while he was still with his, I think it was his second wife, Sylvia, before Laurie Anderson, but they had just met at this John Zorn Festival of Radical Jewish Culture. It was held in Munich in the spring or summer of 1992, I remember well. And Lou came up to me in the airport and said, that thing that you wrote about me, or said about me in Musician magazine, was really nice, man. Thank you. What that was one of the writers there asked a bunch of guitar players of his acquaintance. Well, I didn't really know him that well, but people on the scene in New York and elsewhere, certainly of the downtown persuasion, to wax enthusiastic about what their favorite guitar solo was. Now, I said, and I wrote a little bit about Lou's solo on the Velvet Undergrounds. I heard her call my name, which when I told this to John Cale, he kind of winced. And then reading about the history of the Velvets, this was a controversial track because of a controversial move that Lou made, albeit he went in the studio unbeknownst to the other guys to remix the track before release, and he boosted his really squawky, overdriven guitar. I mean, an incredible guitar sound, kind of Clapton on speed. I can't describe it, but it's really in your face, and he boosted it very high in the mix, much to the consternation of the other members. Well, anyway, I always appreciated it. I love this guitar solo, and so that's the one I cited, and then Lou thanked me because he was aware of that. And then, he invited me to hang with him when we got back to New York, and I went over one day and tried out. He was just trying out pedals and guitars and amps, and people were coming all afternoon delivering the goods to him to, bless or curse or whatever. And he handed me this guitar and he said, you downtown boys will really appreciate this one. It's got the mid-range cut switch right here, which is, I just, kind of smiled and I said, Lou, as far as I'm not really a gearhead. And as far as I'm concerned, you could have been playing with, he was telling me what strings he used back in the day. And I know they had a Silvertone amp, I think, on the back of the Banana album, the first album, which was sort of a bargain basement Woolworths type amp. I said you would have sounded fantastic, using baling wire for your guitar strings. Here he was telling me about the specific, blends of alloys, et cetera, et cetera. So, like I said, not really a gearhead, but, having collected some of these things that were, bestowed upon me, I feel it's my duty to check them out. But the problem with me is, as a double Gemini, I can't really always, make the right decision. Or let's say, make a decision. I don't mean to imply I'm wishy-washy or anything, because I usually go with whatever. My impulses tell me to the hilt, to the max, until proven wrong. But some of these things have beautiful tones in them, and I don't know. One of the things Jimi Hendrix said that really impressed me was that he thought that his guitar sound, in opposition to many of the hotshot guitarists of the day, whose names I won't mention, was not trebly, overly trebly, and had kind of a mellow sound even at the volumes that he played at. And this is true. I mean, he got the most incredible tone out of these overdriven Marshall amplifiers or whatever he was using. I mean, because he played them on 14, I figured out ways to override their volume dimension, and it has a beautiful tone, but maybe you need to have a stack, of tube amps like that. And here I'm playing through a little transistorized Boss amp, a Katana, which is frustrating, and I'd like to get my Princeton reverb back, or a reasonable facsimile thereof. So now, having said that, I'm totally embarrassing myself. Let's see what we can play here. acoustic. But like I said, I've been road testing this Danelectro, vintage 1959, with the lipstick pickups. And, okay. Practice makes perfect. I'm getting back into the mode. I'm going on the road. I'm playing this Saturday night in the Berkshires, lovely, lovely Berkshire Mountains in Sheffield, Massachusetts, at the Racebrook Lodge, a live soundtrack accompanying Carl Dreyer's fantastic horror fantasy film, Vampire, from 1932. It has kind of a soundtrack, but we just like turn it off. I do anyway when I play with this film, and I think they're going to have someone, there's intertitles in 3 or 4 spots, so there's going to be a reader. I just told my friend who's like doing the audio there to make sure that the reader is audible over my guitar music. But that's primarily an acoustic score, so anyway, I'm looking forward to playing up there, not played up there. And then I'm back for a few days, and then I am off to play at the 12th Annual Dracula Festival right outside Bucharest, Romania. And I've played in Transylvania 2-3 times in my career. I always had a great time, mainly at the TIFF, not the Toronto International Film Festival, but the Transylvania International Film Festival, where I met Wim Wenders one year and his wife Donata, which was a thrill because she had seen me play with Spanish Dracula at that festival. He was not there, but he flew in the next day, and he told me, my wife told me how great your music was with that film. And so I can't tell you, you know, a compliment like that from somebody who I really admire, working in another medium, is maybe the best praise one can get. And I can't live on praise alone, so I hope to see you live at a gig soon, maybe with Gods and Monsters. All right, thanks everybody for tuning in. Peace out. Love you guys. This first slug and I think I turn it off. Come on.